I've made over $150,000 selling this product on Walmart.com, and I started with only $500.
And Michael's going to share exactly what he sells on Walmart.com, how much money he made, including all his costs and his profit. And at the end of the video, he's going to talk about the 3 biggest mistakes he made, including one mistake that cost him $20,000. So smash the like button because Michael's going to show you a new opportunity you can use to make money by selling products on Walmart.com. Michael, tell us, how did you start selling on Walmart.com?
So actually my story starts back in high school. I was, working really hard in school. I was in a very intense school that was from early morning till late at night. And I knew I really wanted to have a business, and friends of mine were doing 9 figures selling online, and they were young brothers. So I was like, I need to learn from this. I just need to figure this out. This seems like such a cool opportunity. So I started really learning a lot about online, selling online, how it works, and I found Amazon. And from there, I was like, oh, I could create my own products. I could launch my own products, with very limited amount of money.
So you started on Amazon at 17 years old with $500. And you started making money. I think you made $300,000 revenue in your first year, $120,000 profit in your first year selling on Amazon. At that point, you found out about this opportunity that is Walmart.com. How did you find out about that?
So I was just, I realized I built a brand because of Amazon, and Amazon allowed me to build a brand. I'm like, I wanted to expand it, so I didn't know what I could do to expand it. So I started just looking, like, what other marketplaces could I sell on? What other sites could I sell on? And Walmart kept coming up. It's like the largest retailer. It sounded really interesting. So went from there, and we launched our first product on Walmart.com.
So share with us what the first product you sold on Walmart.com was, as well as break down step by step how we can do this and all the costs associated with starting this product.
So the first product we actually launched on Walmart.com were these fabric resistance bands. And at the time we were selling a lot of them on Amazon, but a lot of things started coming up with Amazon. We got suspended. We had a lot of attackers on our listings. It was getting really, really competitive.
So break down for us how much it costs to start this product, and step by step how someone at home can create a product and start selling on Walmart.com.
The first cost we had was design, which cost us $850. Now, even though we were selling similar products on Amazon prior, this product launch was essentially a new product launch because it was a different product that we launched, and we changed it and we made iterations to it before we launched it on Walmart.
The next cost you had was to order samples. Because the fact that you made some changes to the design, you wanted to order some more samples. How much did that cost?
So we spent $350 on getting the new samples made and getting them shipped to us so we could inspect them and look them over.
The next cost that you had was paying for the barcodes. How much did that cost, and why do you need a UPC barcode?
So the cost for that was $30, and it's really important you buy the barcode from GS1 because Walmart is actually more strict than Amazon when it comes to that, and the way they identify your listing is by the UPC.
And for those people that don't know, UPC stands for Universal Product Code, and every single product in the world has this barcode that they scan at checkout. And at this point, you got the sample, you liked the sample, and it was time to do a production run. How much did that cost you, and how many units did you produce for your first production run?
For the first production run, it costed us $4,500 because we made 900 units at around $5 a piece.
And then once the products were manufactured, you had to get it shipped from overseas to your warehouse. How much did that cost?
So that cost us approximately $500 to get them shipped because we air shipped them, and they're actually pretty light, so you could squish a lot in a box.
And there's 2 different ways that you can ship products. You can do air shipping, which is usually going to be a little bit more expensive, but it's a lot faster. And there's also sea shipping. And if you're doing a light product like this, doing air shipping actually makes a lot of sense. But once those products got to your warehouse, you inspected them, everything looked good, and you had to pay some extra money to get it shipped into the Walmart fulfillment center. How much did you spend on that fee?
So that costed us $300. And actually Walmart, when you ship through Walmart, they actually have lower rates. And because they're partnered with the carriers similar to Amazon, so you get really good shipping rates.
And talk a little bit about Walmart WFS versus Amazon FBA. Is there any differences that you see? And for those that don't know, WFS stands for Walmart Fulfillment Services, where FBA, as in Amazon FBA, stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. It's basically the same thing. You send your products into the warehouse, and when you get an order, Amazon or Walmart will ship your products out to the customer.
So because Walmart WFS is a newer program, it's not as smooth as Amazon FBA, but overall it's sort of becoming a requirement. And if you want to rank well, it's sort of a requirement. And what's really interesting is that Walmart will actually say straight up, if you ship WFS, your products will rank higher. Amazon doesn't say it, even though we know it's true. Yeah. But with Walmart, they actually say it straight up on their page. So it's a really big priority for them. But in general, they have the the thing, it's growing so fast because they have so many stores, so they have so many mini distribution centers that they're starting to use.
And the last cost you had when starting to sell this product on Walmart.com was getting photos for your listing. How much did you spend on those photos?
So from photos, we actually spent $250. We actually sent the product to an influencer who filmed a couple short videos and then took a few photos. And then we had a freelance graphic artist just edit those and make some infographics.
And in total, it cost you over $6,000 to create your product and start selling on Walmart.com. And now that you spent all this money to start your product, can you share with us how much money you made in revenue, break down all the different costs associated with selling on Walmart, and let's talk about how much actual profit you made, because that's the most important part.
Yeah, so I'm gonna share all the numbers of how much we actually made selling this product on Walmart and how much profit we actually were able to put back in our pockets. But what's really interesting is because the product ended up doing so well on Walmart.com, one of the Walmart retail buyers actually reached out to us and they asked to communicate with us about potentially getting our products into their stores. And that's what's really interesting. People don't realize that for every category in Walmart, the person who's in charge of the .com is also in charge of the in-store placement for that. So we actually had a really good opportunity from that.
And the cool thing is, if you make a lot of sales on Walmart.com, you can actually end up getting into the retail stores and make even more money. And you ended up doing over $180,000 in sales with this product on your first year selling on Walmart.com. How did you do that? Break down how Walmart works for us and how you're able to do such crazy high numbers.
One key thing to understand is Walmart is a search engine. So the most important thing is to get your products shown on the top of the search results. To do this, there's a few simple things you could do. Number one, make sure your listing is structured correctly and you have really high listing quality score. Number two is make sure that your listing converts. Make sure that you have a lot of reviews on it, your images are really good, so when people click on your listing, you purchase it. And number three, make sure you're driving traffic to that listing for external traffic, so that way you have initial traffic to get your product ranked.
And you were able to do that. You had a social media account, you had an email list like ready to go, and as soon as you launched the product, you just drove a bunch of traffic, and Walmart's like, oh my God, this product's getting so many sales, which ends up leading to it putting it higher in the search ranking, and you ended up making even more money because of that, right?
Exactly, yeah, that's the key thing with how really these marketplaces work. It's you want to show a good indication so you get ranked high, and then you're able to get all those organic sales as well.
And as you guys know, if you're subscribed to this channel, that is revenue. There's a lot of cost when having an online business. Michael, can you break down for us all the different costs associated with selling on Walmart.com and share what your final profit was?
Yeah, sure, but first a huge announcement. I partnered with Travis to create a course on how to sell on Walmart.com that will be coming out soon.
And if you want to get on the waitlist to beta test our Walmart.com selling guide course, there's a link down below in the description. You can click on that so that you'll be the first to know when the program is available. And the first cost you had to sell on Walmart.com was the cost of buying all the products that you were selling. How much money did you spend on that?
So our product cost was approximately $51,000.
The next fee that you had when selling on the Walmart platform is the Walmart selling fee. How much did you spend on that? And talk a little bit about what that is.
So Walmart selling fee is a percentage of all the revenue you do, similar to all marketplaces, and that came out to approximately $27,000.
What is the percentage? So I know Amazon, if you sell on Amazon.com, you have to pay 15%. What is it on Walmart.com?
So Walmart.com is also 15%. Some categories have a little bit less, and if you're under $10, there's some instances where it's less.
You also spent $33,000 on the WFS fee. What is this fee? And talk a little bit about that.
So the WFS fee is Walmart Fulfillment Services, where they actually cover all the shipping costs and the handling and all that's associated with the shipping.
So every time you get an order on Walmart.com, Walmart is actually picking, packing, and shipping out your product to the customer, and obviously they charge you a little bit of money for that. So that's that $33,000 fee. You also spent $20,000 on PPC. And for those that don't know, PPC stands for pay per click, and this is a way for you to advertise your product on Walmart.com to make sure you get up to the top of the search results. Talk a little bit about why Walmart PPC is better than Amazon, if it is, I don't know.
So Walmart PPC is just much cheaper because you aren't bidding against a lot of other people, right? So the more sellers there are that are spending advertising dollars, the more expensive it is to advertise.
And this is one of the reasons why selling on Walmart.com is such a good opportunity right now, is because there's not as much competition as there is on Amazon.com. And in total, in your first year ever selling this product, you did over $40,000 in profit just on Walmart.com.
So in addition to that, we actually did another $15,000 in wholesale revenue, where customers who actually first purchased our product on Walmart.com reached out to us and asked us if they could order larger quantities at discounts.
So selling on Walmart.com not only allows allowed you to make a lot of money, but it was kind of a marketing tool as well because wholesale buyers actually found your product on Walmart.com. And at this point, Michael's been selling on Walmart.com for over 5 years. He's done over $4 million in revenue, over $1 million in profit. And we're going to talk about the 3 biggest mistakes he sees people making when trying to sell on Walmart.com. But first, let's talk about the pros and the cons of Walmart.com versus Amazon.com. And what do you think about selling on Amazon?
So Amazon is still the leader, obviously. There's a lot more revenue on Amazon. There's a lot more sales on Amazon. I think that with Amazon, you have the opportunity to build a product to really be a category definer and make, tens of millions in revenue potentially, right? There is that sort of massive opportunity. On Walmart, you're a little bit more capped in regards to revenue because there isn't that many sales there yet.
And to give you some numbers, Amazon is a $1 trillion company compared to Walmart, which is a $400 billion company. Amazon has 300 million Prime customers versus Walmart.com, which has 11 million Walmart Plus customers. And last year on Amazon's website, they did $500 billion in sales versus Walmart.com, which did $50 billion in sales. So as you can see, Amazon.com is a lot bigger than Walmart.com, but one of the big opportunities with selling on Walmart is there's a lot less sellers. Amazon has over 1.6 million sellers on their website, where Walmart.com only has 130,000. And Walmart.com is actually growing faster than Amazon. So Michael, tell us, what are some of the pros of selling on Walmart.com versus Amazon?
So Walmart.com is the fastest growing marketplace, and because of their deep infrastructure, because of their stores, they're able to leverage that to help them grow so much. So you're able to, come along for the ride. The next thing is they don't have any monthly fees. So to have an active Walmart account, you don't have to pay the $40 approximately that it costs on Amazon. One other big thing is that advertising is much cheaper on Walmart.com, as we spoke about earlier, because there's much less sellers. One of the main advantages, though, is that it's so much easier to rank your products on Walmart.com because there's so much less sellers on the marketplace. It's just much easier to rank your products to the top of search results.
But there are some common mistakes people make when trying to sell on Walmart.com, including one mistake that cost you over $20,000. What's the first mistake you see people making when trying to sell on Walmart?
So the first mistake people make is not being careful when they apply. Amazon is a much easier approval process than Walmart. For Walmart, they're actually going to look into your application, and if you get denied, it makes it much harder to get reapproved. So make sure you do your application thoroughly and you're doing it properly. We actually, at my agency, help brands apply to Walmart and make sure that they could get accepted. Because we are Walmart approved partners, we're able to work with them. So just make sure that even if you're doing it yourself, that you're just very diligent about the information you're putting in so that you have a higher chance of getting accepted.
And if you do want Michael's help with applying to sell on Walmart.com, there's a link in the description down below. The second mistake is the one that costs you $20,000. Talk about this mistake and talk about how people can avoid this.
So the second mistake we made was bad manufacturing. We were selling a lot of stock and we didn't want to risk of running out. So we ordered from another manufacturer as well. And we actually, didn't inspect those and sent those right in. And it ended up happening that they were much worse quality. So people were actually leaving bad reviews, and some people were really upset because they bought the previous product from us that was much higher quality, and they were very upset about that.
But the third mistake is probably the biggest mistake we see when people are trying to sell on Walmart.com. What is that?
So the main mistake I see is that people don't actually understand the Walmart system before trying to sell on the platform. And there's so much opportunity on Walmart, but in order to be successful, you really have to understand the nuances of the platform. And by doing that, you put yourself so much ahead of the competition. So for us, the most important thing is that we just know all the nuances of how to sell, and you're able to be much more successful.
And if you want to learn how to sell on Walmart.com, we have this free training video right here that you can watch that goes step by step on how you can sell on Walmart.com. So click on that video, see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.